Hey guys, it is Gaz here for the first kind of vloggy thing since the rebirth of the channel. This is what I call Friday Feelings, where I sit here and ramble about shit for a while. It should come out every Friday. This is like, at least the first one is going to kind of be in two parts. I'm going to kind of focus on doing, well, at least for now, talking about what's going on with the channel, and then afterwards, making sure my mic can hear me directly so it's not fucking weird. Come on, there we go. I really need to get like something to stick the cable on, but yeah, mainly have the first kind of, at least with this bit, the first kind of thing I want to kind of talk about is what's going on with the channel. I need to make a separate video, like a new channel trailer, but what I'm going to be doing is I finally figured out what kind of schedule I want for the channel, and I'm going to try and keep to that as much as possible. So what is going to happen is every Monday and Wednesday, there's going to be two videos coming out every Monday and Wednesday, usually of whatever two series I'm doing at a time. So at the moment it's Mount and Blade and Resident Evil 4. So every Monday there'll be odd episodes, and then every Wednesday will be even episodes. Hence why now, like, I feel like that was probably a better choice, because doing it that way means I've got the time to do, say, I've got the time at least to edit between and actually have days off. And if it, like, for me, I feel that I like to watch multiple things in the same day. If I'm, like, for example, like, I love watching Game Grumps and everything, but watching one video a day out of a particular series that I want to watch is not great, in my opinion. I mean, it's worked for them, obviously, but that's because, again, it works on American time, and then everything just kind of comes out daily anyway, because that they've got a well-oiled machine over there. But I thought that if I'm running two series at a time, right? And I record maybe 4 episodes and edit them all, and I've got 3 days to upload them. So I've got 8 things, and that doesn't divide into 3 very well. So I'm like, right, well, I could upload something every day. No, don't want to upload something every day. I want to have a clear schedule that I can keep to. Because if I try and do everything every day, like something every day, it's going to be a complete drain of time. So what I decided is, when I have 2 things on one day, have a day off so I can do other things, 2 videos on the other day off, do some things, and then on the Friday, have something special. So whatever series I'm doing at that time, there'll be odd episodes on Mondays, even episodes on Wednesdays of both series. I'm going to try and have at least 2 going at the same time, so that content is still coming out, and you've got at least 2 videos to watch in a single day, which is good. Or you can split it up if you want to. That's fair. And then Fridays will be vlogs and a special, if there is a special coming. For example, I've got some Overwatch footage that I really want to put together into a video. Whether that actually is not terrible, because I've been having a lot of trouble with recording stuff recently, mainly because I don't know what it is. Like, everything I record doesn't, like, stay at a decent frame rate. Like, I always try and record things at 60 FPS, because it runs at 60 FPS. But at least when I was using OBS Classic, I'm now using OBS Studio for a little bit, just to see if there's a big difference. But with OBS Classic, it was a situation that before, I upgraded to Windows 10, I think that was probably a big issue. Before, I was playing, say, Mount and Blade, recording it at 60 FPS just fine. Doing it now, it's not staying at 60 FPS, so I don't know what's going on. So what I'm going to do instead is play it with Studio, maybe even have a look at some alternatives. I don't know. A lot of people use Bandicam. Might not be a bad idea. So I know, because I watch Super Mega, and they use Bandicam for all of their stuff. But they've got, like, a really, really good setup. Like, I envy that setup a little bit. But, you make do with what you've got. And I've worked hard to have the things that I have. So I need to make the best use of it. You always want to upgrade things and be better. I want to swap this mic out with an actual audio, probably like a good condenser microphone. I've got a mixing board around here somewhere. I could, like a very small one, but I need to get. I kind of want a USB version of it, so I don't need to have a weird interface thing. But you know, that would make it easier. But yeah, like that's stuff I want to do, and going back to like the schedule, at least with that's what I'm thinking, is that Fridays are always going to be days where I upload a vlog or I just kind of talk about what's on my mind, regardless of it's stuff that's actually happening, just what's on my mind, you know, that kind of thing. I know it's a very YouTubey thing to do, considering you've got like people who upload vlogs daily and just kind of talk about things. But I thought, you know, I'd rather not vlog daily because I don't really do that much. So if I did something quite frequently, then yeah, I'd happily vlog. But there's no point, in my opinion. So, you know, instead I'm gonna do other things. So Fridays will be specials. So vlogs, more well edited videos, compilations, that kind of thing. So for example, as I said, I've got 5 games of me getting absolutely destroyed on Overwatch in competitive mode, and I think there are some funny moments in that, so I'm gonna put that in together and upload that for next week. And then we've got Resident Evil, Mountain Blade going at the moment. Hopefully we can keep this going as long as possible. If I decide to record anything else, I'll record something else. You know, one of the things I did want to talk about today is that I feel like it kind of factors into the main topic that I wanted to talk about. So I may as well kind of get onto that as a fairly meh segue. I've been having some issues recently. I've been struggling a lot with doing something, say, like, anytime I want to try and play a game that's on just on PC, right? Anytime I just want to play something, I struggle with playing that game for more than 2 hours without deciding to try and go to something else. And it's one of those, it's either one of 3 things: League of Legends, Counter-Strike, or Overwatch. Now, for people who might know me personally, I don't like League of Legends. I'm not saying it's a bad game, but I just don't get along with it. Mainly because of the fact it's one of those, like, it sucks you in. And I don't like being sucked into things like that. If there's something I want to dedicate my time to, it's not going to be something that's a constant uphill battle. Counter-Strike, I used to play a lot, like, a lot before, and I'm starting to get back into that now, and I want to keep going with it, but the problem is that, at least, like, there is a reason that factors into not just League, but with Counter-Strike and Overwatch now that it's got competitive mode. But yeah, like, I always get sucked into those 3 things. So if I wanted to, say, sit here and play, I don't know, just looking at my things, I don't know, let's play something like, I don't know, if I want to play Fallout 4, I can only really play that for like an hour. That's it. Before I'm like, could be playing League of Legends right now, or I could be on Counter-Strike right now, and I'm just like, I don't want to be that way. I want to be able to, you know, have the variety. But with, like, if I'm not having the variety in my life with playing on anything, so like playing on PC, if I don't have the variety, like, I have shit tons of games installed. If I'm only playing maybe 3 or 4, why do I need the rest of them installed? I may as well just uninstall them all. You know? And it's just like, you know, I like to have the variety, but I feel like that because of those 3 games, I've kind of throttled myself. And that's actually made it slightly difficult to keep the content going. I mean, I tried to record Mountain Blade yesterday, managed to record 1 episode. Things started going wrong, and I thought, right, no, if I get upset, it's not going to be good content, so I just stopped playing. And that's it. Also, kind of, it's like a 2-pronged thing. It's like if I'm trying to play something and I'm not, like, maybe if things, you know, if I just decide actually I don't want to play this at the moment, or the second thing, if I just fucking turn off Facebook, god damn it. The second thing is that I don't know what it is, that I'm either making mistakes enough so that like making mistakes in the sense that I do, like, something happens that extremely frustrates me, or I can't actually rise up to the challenge that is I'm going through. For example, trying to play League of Legends ranked in bronze by yourself. I mean, that's not a good start. But I was told by a few friends of mine that in order to get out of bronze, you need to carry hard. And I don't have a big enough backpack, you know? Like, I don't know what it is. Like, for example, I main 2 champions right now. That's it. That's all I want to play. Because those are the ones I find fun. It's Olaf if he's jungle, and Talia mid. Talia now has kind of come back a little bit in the most recent patch, or like 6.12, the last patch. Like when they actually kind of fixed the masteries a little bit, and you know, she's actually a decent person, but she's not a carry. Olaf, he's really fun to play. He's like the underdog that no one really recognizes, and when he's in your face, he's in your face. There's not really much you can do to get rid of him. But he's not a carry. He's not Darius. He's not any of the top laners. He's not Rengar, who can go fucking ham on everyone. He's not an AD carry. They are both not carry champions, and like I keep getting frustrated. For example, like I go into a game, right? My struggle in bronze is that I may be in a game, I can try and put it in a maths way, right? So you've got 5v5, right? So that's 5 players on both teams. What usually ends up happening is that the other team, the opposing team, is a 5. But every team that I appear to be on is a 1 + 1 + 1 + 1 + 1, right? And let's put a little brackets inside each of those for each of those ones, because for some reason everyone is doing their complete separate thing. The ADC is not communicating with the support. The support is leaving the ADC to die. The jungler is just doing whatever the fuck he wants. Top laner is doing what the top laner does. So you can't really blame the top laner. You can't get him to gank for you if he's doing his own lane and he's trying to farm. And then there's me just sitting in the mid lane like, well, I'm not gonna gank. I'm getting fucked in the ass by Vel'Koz. Woo. And then the jungler, like their jungler always like attacks my lane. He's giving them kills. He is actually doing the jungler's job. And then our jungler's just sitting there with a fucking banana up his ass, getting killed to like crows, or trying to dive a lane when I'm really pushed up. Then makes them like, then the other team starts warding, and then he's like, oh well, I can't gank anyone. And like, well, we need you to gank. He's like, oh well, I'm not going to because they know I'm coming. I'm like, well, thanks for making your job harder and making our job harder. Or like, something that always keeps happening, at least recently, is that there's been a resurgence of trolls. Or just really, really toxic players who aren't good, but will blame you for everything. For example, I was playing yesterday, right? Playing a ranked match. I got deranked to bronze 3, right? That was the result of the match. But we had a misfortune, an ADC, who was so toxic, she was actually extremely racist as well. She said something about the other team burning like the Polish, right? And, I mean, I'm obviously not of Polish descent, I'm very Welsh. However, I did find that slightly offensive. I'm like, you can't go around saying that. That's not cool to say. And I said, look, don't say that. That's really racist. And then he starts having a go at me for calling him out for being racist. And he said, oh, well no, I'm Portuguese, and it's a football reference, so it's fine. What part of that is a football reference that allows you to be really racist about an entire country? The thing is, race. I always thought that racism was about an actual race of people. Like, if you're offensive against Jews, or like the Jewish people, then that's not racism, that's anti-Semitism. If you're offensive against anyone from, say, Islam, that's Islamophobia. Christians obviously don't have one because they have a majority stake in everything. But then, what is it when you are offensive against a certain country? You know, it's not is it racism at that point, or I don't know. But that's a different discussion for a different day. So very much lots of hate speech, lots of that, and it kind of tilted me. And also thinking about it, what I kept having the issue with, and I was talking to a friend last night, and he kind of put it into perspective, is that, well, and also, I mean, I've been talking to Chrissy a lot about this, because it's really on my mind, and it's really frustrating, that you go into a game of, say, Counter-Strike, you can't kill anyone, you get carried hard, and then even if you win, you feel like you don't deserve it. And I think what it's kind of down to is that I've developed a form of performance anxiety. Like, I feel that if I go into a game, I do something wrong, it could potentially cost the team the game. And I always try and make up for that. So I end up over trying and make more mistakes and then get more frustrated. And then eventually I just want to stop playing. But the problem is with League and Counter-Strike, you're in there for the full 40 minutes. Even with Counter-Strike, you're in there for potentially longer. With League, it's worse because if you don't do well by minute, like, if say like 10 minutes in, you're not doing well, or like, and the other teams might be slightly fair, you're fucked. And if that gets dragged out for the next 30 minutes, you have to sit there and take it, and you have no control over that. At least in Counter-Strike, every round is technically separate. So even if you don't do well on the last round, you have the chance to make up for it in the next one. Which for me is actually probably making it worse. Because then I start to worry about, right, I need to make sure to do everything possible in the next round to make up for this. And I'm like, and then I don't, I get more frustrated, and then the cycle continues. Some people are just like, oh, you're just being salty. The problem is, with, say, League, I went on about this in the last vlog that I did. Like, with League, most of the people I play with, or like friends-wise, are a lot higher rank. And I feel like I need to impress them. I feel like I need to be in their elo as well. Like, I feel like I need to be in gold as well, just so I can, you know, socialize with my friends, you know? And obviously that's not right. No one should feel like that. But the problem is that's how I felt. Like, that's how I feel with, like, playing with, like, being friends with people who are gold, platinum, even diamond. And I'm like, I'm sitting here in bronze and I can't do shit. I'm a completely terrible player. And if we go into a normal game, they carry me hard. And I feel like, what am I supposed to be doing? Should I stay? Do I leave? You know, what does one do in that kind of situation? And in Counter-Strike, I was Distinguished Master Guardian. That was the rank I got to. I was very close to LE. Was it LE? NGE, DMG, LE, yeah. My elo was very close to LE because the fact I was coming up against more of them. So I thought, right, ranking is going to happen. I might get to LE. I'll be very proud of myself if I did. I wasn't putting that much pressure on myself because of the fact I was just trying to have fun with friends. And that happened quite a lot. I was just trying to I was just trying to have fun. You know, at that point, I didn't have a care in the world when it came to Counter-Strike. I had friends to play with who were all around the same rank as me, and we didn't give a fuck. Because it was very hard for you to rank down once you were somewhere. But now that's a very different case. And I was not on Counter-Strike for a couple months. I was maybe off for 2-3 months. Decided to go back, get placed in Gold Nova 3, and it seems like I can't do anything. Because the people I would normally play with are much higher ranks. So I'm like, well, fuck. I need to feel like I need to pull my weight. I don't want to get carried. I hate getting carried. If I'm carrying people, I always at least try and make sure that they're covered. I always try and go for the team play. But then, if I'm getting carried, there's not much I can do about it. You know, it's not really, like, maybe a couple rounds I decide to do, I actually end up doing something good. Like, I actually maybe get a few kills, I actually, get some good intel, making sure, defuse the bomb, that kind of thing. You know, that's great. But because I'm still getting carried, I know the kill-death ratio in a team game doesn't matter. It's all about objectives. It's all about winning the round over killing people and just having a good KDA. It's not COD. It's not kill confirmed, where you have to kill everyone and like confirm those kills. It feels like to me that I want to get back to what I had, but because I'm not getting to that point and I'm not performing as well as I did a few months ago, that I feel like that there's nothing. I lost cause at that point, and the people I'm playing with, it's not fair on them because they have to put up with it, you know, and it's not great. It's not a great feeling at all. Like, one of the other things is looking at, I know, this was looking at Overwatch as well. It's, if I end up trying to solo queue on anything, be it League, Counter-Strike, or Overwatch, we get stomped into the ground because of the teammates. Again, it goes back to the 1 + 1 + 1 + 1 + 1 + 1 versus 5. You know, in Overwatch is even worse because it's 6. And the way that anything works in Overwatch is that you need to keep switching your champions. Or you're switching the heroes. So you can actually adapt to what's going on. But a lot of people don't adapt at all. League, you can't do that. If you've made a mistake, you've got to live with that mistake for the next 40 minutes, and then you're fucked. And then you lose, and then it gets worse. And then someone who's on your team will shout at you, or if you're playing with friends, they will keep telling you what you did wrong when you really don't want to hear it. If you've had a really bad game, the last thing that I really want to hear is, this is what you did wrong. This is what you should do next. Like, that is what should be said. But when someone's just had a really bad game, that's not what you should say. You should hold off on saying that until they've calmed down, until they can look at everything critically. Be critical of their own performance, and then you say, right, well, this is what you could do next. Not, oh, we've just lost. This is what you did wrong. This is what you should do. I know what I did wrong. I could visibly see what I did wrong. I'm still recovering from the effects of that. Don't tell me this is what you need to do next, because the fact I'm still not in a great mood. It's always about timing with a lot of it. You need to be, like, this is kind of a general advice thing for anyone I play with, is that give me a while to register what's happened and be very critical of myself and think, right, okay, well, this is what went wrong, this is what I feel like I need to do next, looking at my own performance, and then chime in. Not directly afterwards. It's not helpful at all. I mean, it always comes down to, like, the people that you play with and solo queue. Solo queue, I personally end up doing well in solo queue. Be it Counter-Strike, like now that I'm in Gold Nova 3 and I know I don't play like a Gold Nova 3, I actually do well. I perform well. But that's not enough, you know? Performing well is great, but going back to what I said before, it's about the win. If you perform well, but you've got a string of losses on your account, that's all people see. They only see the losses, not the stats. They weren't in that game. They don't know why you were that bad. Example, the last win I had in ranked on League of Legends was a week ago. And every game that I did ranked, I personally did well. -1, where I was forced to go top while trying to play Olaf. Hadn't been top in quite a long time and didn't go well. I didn't match up well with the Jax that was there. You know, and you know that's a different, like, that I completely admit I didn't do that great. But other games I do, say, really well with Talia, or I do really well with, say, with Olaf in the jungle and actually help my team, but it's never enough, you know? And it feels like it's an uphill battle, because I don't want to be labeled as the bronze. I know I can perform well. I like playing competitive games. I like showing that I can do it. If I get good at something, I want to show people that that I am good at that thing. That it's not just I haven't been boosted into that rank. So when I'm playing with, say, like if I play in Counter-Strike and yes, I'm a Golden Nova 3, but if I perform well and we win, that's fantastic. It's like the best feeling in the world. If I end up doing well, but we lose, if like, even with friends, it feels like it's not enough because it's the wins and the losses that counts, not your performance in the game. Which well, to be honest, is just how ranked things work. They look at your wins over your skill. And for example, in Overwatch, they're going for a skill-based thing. But if you lose those placement matches, you're not going to have a high skill bracket. You know, and in League, yes, you can be very skilled, but if you're not playing the champion that can carry, or you have a shit team, you may as well just give up at that point. That's how it feels. And I don't know, it's frustrating for someone like me who wants to do, you know, I want to get involved with competitive. I love working in a team, but I don't want to play by myself because solo queue never goes well. But I don't want to play with a team because I don't want to get carried. I want to make sure to earn my keep during a game. Like if we play a game of League and I end up doing really well and we win in a team sense, that's like that again, that's the best feeling in the world because of the fact that I've earned that win. I know I've earned that win. But if I let, say, the jungler and the top lane get all of the kills and then they win us the game, it's not a great feeling. Yes, it's a win. Yes, I may be in a higher rank, but it doesn't feel great, you know? And at least when I was talking to a friend last night, he said that the thing is, if you want to play you want to play what you want to play. And I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what I want to do. And then he goes, well, the thing is, that's not going to get you out of bronze. That's not going to get you out of the elo that you're stuck in. In order to play those champions that you want to play, you need to get carried or carry your team. And I'm like, well, I can't. I don't get along with any carries. I tried playing Darius for a few games and I did not get along with him. I did not enjoy playing him. But I really enjoyed playing Talia, and she's not a carry. And he's like, well, the thing is, if you let us carry you into silver, that is a point where you can actually take it into your own hands and actually do something. So I'm like, I guess that makes sense, you know? Like, I don't know, this is also kind of an ask for advice from people who may be watching or people who go through a similar, like, performance anxiety. At least what it feels like with me is that if I make a mistake, I need to make up for that mistake in any way possible. But that usually ends up making everything worse. Or me making more mistakes. And especially in, say, Counter-Strike, that if I was very good once before, and now I can't perform again, and I get frustrated at myself because I can't perform again, what do I do? You know? Some people will say, we'll just go back into solo queue, but the thing is, it's not the same, you know? I choke. It's not a great feeling. I make mistakes. I watch videos, I try and do as much as I can to understand the game, understand the mechanics, and try and use that to my advantage. Try to calculate everything. But if my skill can't back up the calculations, then it's just a null number, you know? If you've got code, your maths is correct, but your code is shitty, it's not the same. It's not the same result. Or it is the same result, but it takes such a long time to get there. So, I don't know. This is more of a call for advice as well, and just this is what's been on my mind for the Friday feelings, you know. So, any advice, guys, would be fantastic. Just post any advice that you have or anything you want to add on to that. You know, we can start the discussion. Put it in the chat or put it in the comment section below. if you liked what I was on about, or if you feel the same way, and, you know, feel like that's something that you also go through, then like the video, maybe subscribe to the channel, and maybe you can, you know, I can maybe put out videos and things about this subject. You know, my progress over getting over this kind of thing, and maybe I can offer, if I end up doing something right, I can let all of you know. Who knows? So yeah, thanks for watching this vlog. This is the kind of the first Friday feelings thing. I think that's probably what I'm going to call it. Make sure to, you know, comment any advice or anything so we can, you know, start the discussion. Like the video if you felt the same way. And, you know, subscribe to the channel. You know, we're really close to 100 subscribers. YouTube cull knocked us down a bit, but we got to rise back up, you know? We've got to, you know, keep going. Got to keep those videos coming out. Got to just have fun with it, you know? So, yeah. Thank you all very, very much for watching. Again, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you all next time on the next vlog thing. So, see ya.